Regular Labs, extensions for Joomla. In this video, we'll take a look at what Modals is and how you can use it in your Joomla website. With Modals, you can easily create cool modal pop-ups on your site, like this. These modal pop-up windows are also known as lightboxes. With the free version, we can create modals for any URL, article, image, or video. The Pro version extends the possibilities even more, allowing us to create full image galleries, automatically convert existing links and images to modal pop-ups, and more. For now, we'll take a look at the basics of the free version of Modals. We'll get into the Pro version in the next video. We place modals by using what we call a plugin tag. We can place modals anywhere we can enter text, so in articles, modules, anywhere we want. As you'll find out, Modals is a powerful and versatile tool. To use Modals, we will, of course, need to install it first. You can view the Modals installation video to see how to install it. In this video, we'll be working with the latest version of Modals, which is version 10.0.0. And what you see here is a Joomla 3.8.12 setup. If you're using newer versions, things might look a bit different. Let's start with a simple example. We are in an article about animals. Let's say that in this article we want to insert a modal pop-up that opens the cats article. All we need to do is place a modal plugin tag in the editor using curly braces, and close it with a closing modal tag, like this. Then inside this opening tag, we add a URL attribute to tell Modals what URL we want it to open. So we copy and paste the URL of our desired page and insert it here. Seeing this is an internal link, we don't need to include the domain name in the URL. Between the plugin tags, we place the text that we want to use as a clickable link to open the modal pop-up. The text can be anything we want. For example, click here. When we now view this animal article on the front end, we now have our clickable link. When we click it, our cats article is opened in a nice modal pop-up. This bit of the link doesn't have to be text. It can be pretty much anything you want, like an image. So we just select this and insert an image via the editor. Let's use this small cats image we've stored on our server. Okay, so now we have an image we can click on to open an article. Just like with internal URLs, we can also open an external URL in a modal. Simply place the external URL in the tag. Let's try with a Wikipedia page, and we'll switch back to the click here text for the link. Here's how the modal for external link looks in the front end. We can customize the dimensions of the modal window by adding width and height attributes in the tag. They can be either expressed in pixels or percentage value. For example, let's say that we want our modal to be 500 by 500 pixels. Now our modal has custom dimensions. Don't worry about your dimensions being too big for mobile devices. Modals is responsive, meaning that modal pop-ups will automatically adapt to the device width or browser width. We can also add a title to our modal. This title will show at the top of the modal pop-up. Let's try by simply adding a title attribute to the tag. And here's our modal with a nice looking title at the top. We can, of course, also open images directly in a modal pop-up. Again, we do this by simply inserting the URL to our image. By default, Modals will convert the image file name to a title and show it on top of the modal pop-up. But we can customize it with the title attribute we've seen earlier. The Pro version of Modals has the ability to display a thumbnail as a clickable link to the image modal. We'll take a look at that in the next video. Speaking of videos, let's take a look at how we can embed a YouTube or Vimeo video in the modal pop-up. It's very simple. You guessed it, by simply inserting the URL to the video. And we'll give it a title too. Here is our video in a modal pop-up. Now, wouldn't it be nice if we didn't have to type all this manually every time? Let's meet the editor button. As you can see, we can simply enter the text for the link and the URL in here, and it will generate the modal code for us. We can also input extra settings like the title, width, height, and more. In addition to manually creating modals with modal plugin tags, Modals also allows us to automatically open certain links thanks to the auto-convert options in the Modals plugin settings. By enabling this option, all links with one of the given class names will be converted to modal popups. The default class here is set to modal. The free version of Modals only supports converting links by class names. There are a lot more features exclusive to the Pro version. So by giving an existing link a class equals modal attribute, it will be opened in a modal instead of loading a new page. We'll just switch to the HTML view to create a link. Here's our link. As you can see, it automatically opens in a modal pop-up. With modals, we can also make a menu item open in a modal pop-up. For example, let's say we want our login menu to be a modal. To do this, we simply surround our menu title with modal tags. We can also add extra attributes as we've seen before. For example, a title. Now when we click on our menu item in the front end, it will open up in a modal pop-up instead of opening in a new page. Nice, isn't it? In the next video, we'll get into all the amazing stuff we can do with Modals Pro, like inline content, galleries, opening modals on page load, auto-closing modals, opening modules in modals, and much more. So just to recap, we have seen how easy it is to create a modal and customize its appearance. We have learned how to create a modal for images and videos and how to use the Modals editor button to help us along. And we've seen how to open a menu item in a modal and how to automatically convert an existing link to a modal. And we're now excited to see what the Pro version can do. Let's head over to the next video that will cover the Pro version. Or if you need, first watch the installation video to see how easy it is to get modals installed. Regular Labs. Extensions for Joomla.